Hello and welcome back to my channel where we make life happen for us instead of to us. And I talk about how we can do that. And today I want to talk about how the things we think are frustrating or annoying, kind of how those things can actually help us get to the next level. So just full disclosure, this video is off the cuff. I'm trying something different. I do not have a script here. I just have a note that I wrote to myself because I learned something recently, and I wanted to share it. We'll see if I post this. But essentially, I don't know if you can hear it, and you'll probably see this from my last video if you watch to the end, but like I'm sick. I'm still recovering. And I was very, very angry about being sick. Like I had certain plans, and then I got sick. And I was like blaming, because I think I know why I got sick. And I was blaming in my mind certain people about why I got sick. Like I was very angry. I was very angry at being sick. But then I watched this video by this guy. I think I'll post his link. I'll post the video in the description. But essentially he was talking about, he said, if life is a simulation, why get mad or frustrated? Now, I know when I say that and I say, oh, if life is a simulation, some of you watching might be like, what the hell are you talking about? Life is a simulation. I'm just going to explain very quickly. So I talk about manifestation and stuff, right? Like you guys hear me talk about this, and the way I talk about manifestation, I don't talk about it in a way that's like woo woo or like, oh, you just visualize and the universe will somehow. I don't talk like that, right? Manifestation, how I see it is scientific. These are principles that have been studied, in psychology, right? In, I don't know, sociology, science, like these are processes that have been studied. Things like the placebo effect, things like the self-fulfilling prophecy, stuff like that, where like, because you believe something as true, you will work to make that happen for you unknowingly, right? Like your brain will come up with ways unknowingly to bring about the things that you believe as true, or the things that you're convinced of, because it has a bias. It wants to keep seeing the same things, and it wants to keep you safe. And whatever is normalized is safe because you've survived it before. You're going to survive it again, so it's safe, right? Now, when I mention life being a simulation, how that relates is, what I took this as when the guy said, if life is a simulation, why get frustrated, is because of that same principle, the same manifestation principle, right? I took that as, if you can control, I'm using that loosely because, unconsciously, you're not really controlling that in a sense, but okay. If you can control the things happening around you, like why get upset or frustrated, right? Because it's like I talked about this in another video before too, but it's like the things that happen to you. I'm seeing all this loosely because I understand stuff happens, okay? But the things that happen to you happen because you had certain beliefs prior, and your brain worked about to bring certain things into your reality. I'm using this so loosely, okay? But now bringing that back to what I learned in terms of why I said I learned this and how it relates to me being sick and being frustrated, because I was very frustrated with me being sick. What this guy was also saying was that when things happen to you and you don't like it, like instead of getting upset or frustrated, it's like this is happening. This thing to frustrate you is happening to help you get to where you want to go, help you get to another level. I don't know if this is all tying together. I'll see if I can tie this all together, but I don't know if you've seen this, if this has happened in your life, but I hear a lot of people, they've talked about how like they get tested. Like once they decide they want something, they will get tested. Some people say like, oh, like if you say you want something, like God will test you or the universe will test you. This is like a very prevalent, I don't know if you've heard it, but it's a very prevalent thing that I have heard, right? And to tie it back to what I was saying about what I learned. So I have said before that I've shared one of my goals is to be a certain weight, right? I used to be a certain weight and then I gained weight and I want to get back to that weight. I want to get back to the weight I used to be at. Because I don't like this weight. And then what I'm seeing here is that me getting sick, that like I said I wanted to lose weight, right? But then it's like this sickness, it's like it was a test. I don't think I'm making sense here. I'm gonna make sense. It's like it was a test to see, not a test, but it is pushing me in the direction I want to go. Because I was so upset that I was sick. Like, y'all, I was angry, okay? Because I was so upset that I was sick, I said to myself, I will never be sick like this again. I'm going to make sure that I'm healthy. I'm going to put certain actions into place. I made a list of all the vitamins I'm going to take, all the oils I'm going to take, how my routine is going to go, what I'm going to wake up and do, what I'm going to do before I go to bed. And it's like me getting sick, it's like it pushed me to actually taking steps to be healthy. So yeah, okay, I said I wanted to lose weight and I was like trying to do things here and there, but it's almost like this changed my thought, because before I wanted to do certain things just because I'm like, I want back that body. I want, but now it's like, actually, no, it's not just that. I actually want to be healthy because I don't want to feel like this ever again. Never again. Never again. I do not ever want to feel like the way this cold took me out. Never again. So instead of me getting frustrated, the long and short of it is, instead of me getting frustrated, for me to take on a different perspective of where is this trying to get me to go? Like in a sense, this was a test to see, am I going to stay in the same, am I going to stay doing the same things I was before, right? Is this sickness just going to be like, this is why I said it's kind of like a test, because it's like, is this sickness, am I going to respond the same way as I did before, where I'll just take this, I'll just take that, eventually I'll get over it? Or am I going to change my ways? Like, is there going to be a change? This is why I said it's kind of like a test. And how, like, when people say, oh, the universe or God will test you. If you say you want something, like a test is going to come your way. I think this probably is what my test was. I said I wanted to lose weight. And it's like me being sick, like, am I responding it to the sickness the way I used to, or am I going to make changes? So this was a test and also a way to push me to make the change. Because my manifestation is like a simulation, and I said I wanted to be, a certain way, and my brain said, I bet we gonna push you to be a certain weight. We gonna push you to be a certain weight. You're gonna get so sick, you're gonna be so sick and tired of being sick, you are going to make some very serious changes in your life. And you will not be sick again. But as another side of that, you are also going to be much healthier, and that's going to cause you to lose the weight. 10 minutes to say all that. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to share. I have another quote here. I don't know if it's if it's relevant. That might be relevant for another video. Yeah, I might lose y'all on that one if I tell you you're like a lobster. I might lose you guys. Okay. Maybe I'll create another video after this one right about that. But that is what I learned. So to sum this all up in short, what I learned is that you could be frustrated. Hell, get frustrated. Get frustrated with the things that happen that you don't like. But then, okay, you're frustrated, but you can use that frustration to help you. Like this guy said, okay, life is a simulation, why get frustrated? What I'm saying is, no, get frustrated and use that frustration to help you. Use this frustration to help you see, like, okay, what is the lesson here? For me, the lesson was, like, damn, girly, you gotta do something about your health, because why the hell are you always getting so sick? And the sickness is taking you out for weeks at a time. Like my husband, Kev, he doesn't get sick. Like, he's still not sick. He is not sick. I am sick. He is not sick. Right? I've been sick. We've been sleeping in the same bed. My guy is not sick. I am sick. You can hear my frustration. But the point is, be frustrated, but then see what you can learn from that frustration. That frustration, it's not just there to leave you frustrated and for you to be angry. You can look at it and use it to propel you in a direction you may want to go. And that might be the point. Especially if you've said you wanted something, and then all of a sudden you come across these hard times or whatever. That might be the point, right? You may have unconsciously brought something about to get you frustrated enough to make a change, right? That may be the point, to get frustrated enough to make a change, and that will propel you, and that change will obviously be lasting because you ain't gonna want to go through that again. Yeah, so I think that's all I got here. Hopefully I made sense. I can't believe I talked for 14 minutes off the cuff. Yay me. Okay, so that is all I think I have here. I hope that you found this helpful. If I made sense, let me know. If you do want to work directly with me, oh, that's what I forgot to say in my last video. I think that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about my other business. I have a business, leadlaunchsolutions.com, where I work with small business owners. So I create websites for them. I'm actually thinking of offering web hosting. So if you need web hosting and you need a website, you can contact me. But I do that. I do business consultations. I create custom business stuff. Sorry, I had a noise. I create custom business stuff, like, I don't know, like posters, graphics, ebooks, stuff like that. And I think in my last video at the end, what I wanted to mention was that one of my clients suggested that I boil green banana, and after a few days, I'm gonna have enough energy to feel like I can lift a car. Why am I telling you that? I don't know. Okay. There was a point. I don't remember. But if you feel like working with me, you can work with me in that way with Lead Launch Solutions, or in terms of this, I do offer coaching calls. So I've mentioned I offer like a clarity call. I've mentioned in the past, I offer a clarity call to help you understand exactly what it is you want, because I'm always talking about living life on your terms, like how I live mine. I want to help. I'm like very passionate about helping people do that. So if you are having trouble kind of figuring out what exactly it is you want, I would love to help you. The next coaching call I offer is a freedom strategies session. I'm very excited about those. So I take 1 hour to intimately, as much as I can, understand your situation. And, you tell me what you want, I understand your situation, and then kind of help you craft your next steps as to how you can start living your life on your terms or get to what you want. Then I have a free newsletter where you will get helpful tips and prompts and inspiration to help you make life happen for you. That's something for free, so feel free to go to my website and join. And then I do offer a structured journal. I've talked about journaling. I do not like free writing journaling. I use a structured journal, and that helps me a lot to help me keep track of my goals, to help me make progress, to keep me in a more positive headspace in terms of like manifestation and all that. Like this is all encompassed in there. So it's cheap. It's an online journal right now. If you want it, let me know. I will probably put a link up to it by the time you see this. I said that last time. I didn't get to do it. By the time you see this, probably it'll be there on my site, or just email me. I think it's hello@camiathome.com. There was more. Oh, and the other thing I was thinking about offering was like a big sister service where, like, you know, because I'm already a big sister. I'm the eldest. And it's like, what I'm thinking about offering is like, I'm not a therapist, although I wanted to be a psychologist, but I'm not. But I could still offer something. So this big sister service would be essentially you venting to me, and I'd be like a big sister and listen and give advice if I can and just be supportive. If you're interested in that, just reach out and let me know. I'll probably charge you just like $20 for, you know, an hour. I'm going to start cheap and accessible. And yeah, and then we can go from there. That's if you're interested. So if you're interested in any of the things I mentioned, the links will be in the description and my email will be there as well. Otherwise, you are welcome to keep getting helpful content like this from my videos. So we are approaching 20 minutes. I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.